Before starting today's story, I gotta give you guys a heads up. If any of you have claustrophobia, that fear or discomfort of being trapped in tight spaces like elevators, caves, or tunnels, then this movie might just leave you gasping for air. It's probably best if you don't watch it. Because in this French horror thriller, a girl gets trapped in a tunnel game in a really bad way. So, let's go see just how terrifying her fate turns out to be. At the very beginning of the story, we see a girl lying right in the middle of the road, attempting to end her own life. A few moments later, a car actually comes down that road. But when the girl sees the car heading toward her, the fear of an agonizing death makes her change her mind. She gets up from the road and moves to the side. The driver, however, doesn't stop to help her. He ignores her and keeps driving forward as if he didn't see a thing. We learn here that this girl's name is Lisa. Honestly, Lisa's life isn't going well at all. Today was her daughter's birthday, but her daughter is no longer alive in this world. Unable to bear this pain, Lisa had made such a drastic decision today. But right then, we see that the car that had ignored her earlier realized its mistake. The man reverses the car and comes back to Lisa. The man inside, named Adam, asks Lisa, "Are you okay?" Lisa replies, "Yes, I'm fine. Nothing happened to me." Then the man tells Lisa, "The city is pretty far from this desolate spot. If you want, I can give you a lift to town." Lisa agrees to Adam's offer and gets into his car. On the way, Adam asks Lisa, "What were you doing alone in this deserted place?" Lisa tells Adam, "Actually, today was my daughter's birthday, so I'm really missing her. But unfortunately, my daughter is no longer in this world. Now, I am completely alone. I have no one left to call my own in this world." Hearing this, Adam asks, "Is that why you were lying in the middle of the road to die?" In response, Lisa says, "I don't want to die. It's just that if I could somehow see my daughter one last time, I would find a hope to live." Just then, Lisa turns on the car radio. A news report is playing, stating that a serial killer is roaming the forest and has already killed 2 girls this morning. The police didn't have a photo of the killer, but they found out that the murderer is a fair-skinned male driving a brown car, and he has a cross-shaped scar on his right hand. Hearing this news, the ground beneath Lisa's feet seems to slip away because the description the reporter was giving matched no one other than Adam. Seeing the cross scar on his hand, Lisa gets terrified. Before Lisa can do anything to save herself, Adam suddenly slams on the brakes. As a result, Lisa's head hits the dashboard hard, and she falls unconscious. A while after this incident, when Lisa regains consciousness, she finds herself trapped inside a strange bunker made of strong iron walls on all sides. Lisa is extremely panicked, finding herself locked in this enclosed space. She screams for help, but no one comes to her aid. Here, we see that Lisa has been put into a strange kind of suit, and there is a watch strapped to her wrist. Lisa tries hard to take off the watch, but it is so sturdy that despite her efforts, it won't come off her hand. Eventually, when the girl realizes that escaping this place is impossible, she gives up and sits in a corner, starting to cry. Just then, the chamber door suddenly opens. Lisa sees a tunnel on the other side of the door. Light can be seen coming from the far end of that tunnel. Lisa realizes that, to get out of there, she has to go through this tunnel. Lisa gets happy thinking she has found a way out. But the moment Lisa enters the tunnel, the chamber door behind her shuts automatically. Seeing this, Lisa literally feels like she can't breathe because she realizes she is now trapped in a place even more terrifying and tighter than before. Suddenly, the bracelet on Lisa's hand starts beeping and an 11-minute timer begins. Seeing this, Lisa understands that she has to get out of there within 11 minutes. Otherwise, she will be trapped there forever. So, Lisa starts crawling rapidly on all fours toward the light. But just as she gets close to the light, the door at the front of the tunnel slowly starts to close. Seeing this, Lisa pushes herself to move even faster. But by the time she reaches the door, it shuts completely. Lisa has no clue how she's going to get out of there now. She starts screaming and crying. Just then, she spots another tunnel running alongside the door. But this path was extremely narrow. Lisa couldn't see any other way out, so gathering whatever courage she had left, she somehow squeezes into that tunnel. With great difficulty, she makes her way through and reaches a spot where the path splits into 2 like a platform, one going up and the other going down. Not knowing which one to take, Lisa chooses the upper path and starts crawling forward on her knees. However, as soon as she moves a little forward, the floor below suddenly starts rising. If Lisa doesn't get out of there in time, the rising floor will crush her against the ceiling. Terrified, Lisa scrambles forward as fast as she can. Just when she was about to be crushed in the middle, her hand reaches the end of the tunnel, and right before the path closes completely, Lisa manages to save herself and escape. So, finally, just as Lisa was breathing a sigh of relief after barely avoiding being flattened, she had no idea that an even bigger danger was waiting for her, because the path ahead was even more terrifying. Right then, the alarm on her watch goes off again. This alarm was signaling that half her time was gone, because now she only had 5 minutes left. So, to save her life, she starts moving forward again. After going a little distance, she sees a person lying in the middle of the tunnel. When Lisa quickly rushes over to him, she realizes it isn't a living person, but a badly burned, mangled corpse in terrible condition. This corpse also had a watch strapped to its wrist, just like the one on Lisa's hand. Seeing this, Lisa realizes that this man had also tried to escape the tunnel, just like her. But he couldn't make it out and died. That means escaping from here might be impossible. Seeing this corpse shatters whatever little hope Lisa had of getting out. But she somehow gathers her courage, pushes the corpse aside, and continues forward. When she looks at her watch, she sees she has only 2 minutes left. So she starts moving even faster. But suddenly, strong iron bears come down and block her path. At the same time, multiple heating pipes emerge through the tunnel walls and start heating up the place intensely. Seeing this, Lisa completely panics. She realizes that very soon, her corpse might be lying in this tunnel, just like that burned man. She couldn't understand what to do, but suddenly a small section opens up in the wall behind her. Seeing this, Lisa quickly crawls backward into that compartment, and the next moment, a glass door completely seals off that section. Simultaneously, the timer on Lisa's watch hits 0. Immediately, fire starts blasting out of those heating pipes like fountains, and in no time, the entire tunnel is engulfed in raging flames. The compartment Lisa was locked in, however, was completely safe. As a result, her life is saved this time. A while later, the heating pipes retract back into the walls. Having witnessed what just happened right in front of her eyes, Lisa didn't want to leave that section at all. But the wall of the section slowly pushes her out, and just like before, it automatically merges back into the tunnel. Now, as Lisa is thinking about how to get out of there, the 11-minute timer on her watch sets itself again. The moment she tries to move forward a little, the ceiling of the tunnel starts lowering and presses right against her body. Lisa is now completely helpless. She starts crying loudly, but then her eyes fall on the watch and she sees her time is running out, which means in exactly 11 minutes, a flood of fire will sweep through that tunnel again and turn Lisa into ash. She starts thinking that instead of dying such a gruesome death, why not try to escape one more time? So, gathering her courage again to save her life, she lies on her back and uses her hands to drag herself forward. After crawling like this for some distance, the tunnel ends and a water tank appears in front of her. Lisa was extremely exhausted and her thirst was making her condition even worse. So, lying there, she uses her hands to drink some water and quench her thirst. When she looks at her watch, she sees there are only 8 minutes remaining. Right then, with nothing but water in sight, she takes a deep breath and plunges into the water. As soon as she gets in, she realizes the tank is actually huge. She has no idea which way to go to save herself. Holding her breath underwater, she frantically searches for an exit, but she can't find any way out. Meanwhile, the opening she used to enter the tank has also sealed shut. By then, she was running out of breath. Suddenly, a door opens at the top of the tank. Lisa quickly swims through the door and surfaces. Once out, she starts gasping for air heavily and immediately begins moving forward along the path ahead because her time was almost up. But by now, Lisa is extremely exhausted. Moving forward was becoming incredibly difficult for her. Within moments, overcome by sheer exhaustion, Lisa starts dozing off right in the middle of the path. But just then, she hears someone screaming inside the tunnel. There was actually someone else there calling for help. Hearing that voice sparks a glimmer of hope in Lisa to survive. So, she quickly starts moving toward the source of the sound. While moving forward like this, suddenly, right beneath Lisa's stomach, a trap door opens, revealing boiling acid underneath. Lisa narrowly escapes falling into the acid. The acid was so dangerous that it could melt solid iron within seconds. Lisa quickly cuts a piece of her clothing and dips it into the acid to test it. The fabric turns into black ash in seconds. Seeing this, she starts moving forward extremely carefully. She places her hands and feet on the two edges of the pit, trying to cross it. But just then, her knee touches the acid. Lisa screams in agony, but luckily her suit protects her knee from melting completely. However, she suffers a deep wound on her knee. Amidst all this, the only good thing was that Lisa had gotten very close to the screaming man. So, ignoring her pain, she starts moving toward the voice again, and finally reaches an iron grid. A little distance away from her was another iron grid, behind which another man was trapped. This man was also wearing a suit and a wristwatch, just like Lisa. Lisa tells him, "Look, listen to me. We are both trapped here in a really bad way. If we help each other, we can get out of here." But having been trapped in this tunnel for so long, the man has lost his mind. He sometimes curses at Lisa and sometimes says sorry to her. He says, "They will come back soon and kill both of us." Saying this, the madman starts laughing loudly. Just then, Lisa sees a 60-second countdown start on her watch. The heating pipes emerge from the walls again, and this time, the compartment for safety was located exactly between Lisa and the man. It was big enough to hide only one person. Now, either the madman would survive, or Lisa. The next moment, the iron grids in front of Lisa and the madman slide open. Both of them immediately start sprinting toward the chamber. They both reach the chamber at the same time. Then, they start fighting each other. Sometimes Lisa pushes the madman out of the chamber, and sometimes the madman shoves Lisa out. But finally, just as time was about to run out, Lisa kicks the man out of the chamber. At the last moment, the man grabs Lisa's leg and tries to pull her out. But right then, the 60 seconds run out. The glass door of the chamber comes down, severing the man's hand. The man screams in pain, but that's when Lisa's eyes fall on his hand. There was a cross tattoo on it. Seeing the tattoo, Lisa realizes this man is none other than Adam, the serial killer who knocked her out in the car. So, all of Lisa's confusion clears up here. Earlier, Lisa thought maybe Adam was the one keeping her trapped here. But that idea was completely wrong because poor Adam himself is now facing death. Meanwhile, the 11-minute timer runs out, and the intense fire blasting from the heating pipes turns Adam into ashes within seconds. Seeing Adam's horrific death right before her eyes, Lisa starts trembling in fear. A while later, a robot comes out through a small tunnel inside that section. It looked like a terrifying skull, but the robot doesn't harm Lisa. Instead, it heals her acid-burned knee. Lisa asks, "Who are you? Why did you bring me here?" In response, a tool comes out of the robot's mouth and connects to Lisa's suit. Through this special tool, Lisa starts seeing everything from her past, like a flashback. Actually, when she was in the car with Adam and found out the truth about him, a struggle ensued between them. During the struggle, Adam stabbed Lisa in the chest with a knife and threw her out of the car. But at that exact moment, Lisa saw a bright white light descending from the sky toward her. After this, Lisa snaps back to the present. Lisa realizes one thing here. Maybe some aliens or supernatural force saved her life from that scoundrel Adam and trapped her here inside a game. But she couldn't understand why these creatures had imprisoned her or why this game was even happening. However, Lisa understood that whatever these creatures were, they didn't actually want to kill her. She just had to complete this game to get out of there. So, Lisa steps out of the chamber to fix the path ahead. Adam's severed hand was lying right there. Just then, Lisa notices some symbols beneath the timer on that severed hand. Lisa was trying to decipher the meaning of those symbols when suddenly a spinning fan starts hurtling towards her. Seeing this, Lisa scrambles backward to save her life. Narrowly escaping the fan, she slips through a hole into the tunnel above. Suddenly, she hears footsteps walking on top of the tunnel. The sound stops at a certain spot. Right then, the hatch of the tunnel at that spot opens up, and a terrifying creature descends from inside. It looked human, but was staring at Lisa like a beast. Its body was completely charred and burned, and its eyes were shiny like white stones. Just then, Lisa's eyes fall on its severed hand. Seeing the missing hand, Lisa realizes this is none other than Adam, who had been burned and has now turned into a monster. And now, he wants to kill Lisa. Adam's eyes had been burned out, so he couldn't see Lisa, but he could hear her movements perfectly. Lisa starts moving forward slowly and silently, but just then, her watch bumps against the floor, making a slight noise. Hearing this, Adam detects Lisa's presence and quickly starts coming after her to kill her. Lisa was about to be caught by him, but she slips through a narrow tunnel to the other side just in time. Since Adam couldn't see anything, he couldn't pass through that spot. Moving forward through that tunnel, Lisa reaches a place where she had two paths to choose from. Lisa couldn't figure out which path she should take. After thinking a lot and still not understanding anything, she takes a guess and enters the tunnel on the left. Outside the tunnel, there was a room surrounded by glass walls. On those walls, Lisa could see all her memories, from her own birth to giving birth to her daughter. There, Lisa also sees how her negligence led to her daughter's death. Remembering her daughter, Lisa starts crying uncontrollably. But just then, she sees Adam coming after her again from the ceiling above. But Lisa manages to save herself from that monster and reaches another tunnel. There, she sees something that makes her incredibly happy. She sees the blue sky outside at the far end of that tunnel. Seeing her freedom so close brings courage back to Lisa's heart. But to cross that tunnel, she has to go through a path filled with barbed wire. Now, there were only 60 seconds left. The next moment, heating pipes emerged from the walls, which would fill the place with fire as soon as the 60 seconds were up. So, without wasting any time, Lisa starts crawling under the barbed wire. As a result, the barbed wire digs into Lisa's body, cutting her back severely. Lisa is in immense pain, and blood starts pouring from her back. But, ignoring all this, Lisa slowly keeps moving toward the sky. Just then, the chamber in the tunnel behind her opens, and Adam goes inside to hide. Now, in a few moments, a flood of fire is about to come. So, a blood-soaked Lisa tries desperately to get out. But due to heavy blood loss, moving forward has become very difficult for her. Her vision is becoming blurry, and just then, the 60 seconds run out almost completely, and the next moment, fire starts raining down there. And before the flood of fire could engulf Lisa, a trapdoor opens right underneath her. She falls down into a chamber below and passes out. When Lisa opens her eyes a while later, she sees that she is back in the same place where she started, meaning all the struggle and pain she endured to get out of there had gone in vain. Seeing this, Lisa completely breaks down. Just then, the robot comes back again to heal her wounds. But this time, Lisa stops the robot because she wasn't willing to repeat all of this again. She tells the robot, "I just want to die now." The robot accepts Lisa's words, and an injection comes out of its mouth and moves toward Lisa's body. Right then, Lisa remembers the marks on Adam's hand. She realizes that those marks must have shown the way to escape from here. So, using her own blood, she starts drawing the marks from Adam's hand on the wall. After looking at them closely, Lisa realizes that these marks were actually arrows pointing out the directions to escape. For example, the first arrow was curved to the left, which meant she had to take the left tunnel out of the first two tunnels on the path. The second arrow was curved to the right, meaning after crossing the first tunnel, when two tunnels appeared again, she had to go into the right one. Lisa thinks that surely similar symbols must be drawn under her own wristwatch, which would give her directions to get out. Realizing this, Lisa tells the robot to heal her wounds again. And now, with all her wounds treated, Lisa sets out on the tunnel path again with renewed hope. Lisa had gone through this tunnel before, so she easily crosses those tunnels and keeps moving forward. She stops when she reaches the pit filled with acid, because there, she burns the watch on her hand in the acid and detaches it from her wrist. And here, she sees that, yes, similar symbols were drawn on her wrist, just like on Adam's hand. However, the symbols on her hand were quite different from Adam's. So, Lisa now takes that burnt watch in her hand and continues moving forward. She reaches the spot where she had previously chosen the left tunnel out of the two. But according to the symbol, the correct tunnel for her was the right one. So, she quickly goes into the right tunnel. Moving ahead, she finds two more tunnels, among which the correct tunnel was the one on the left. This way, with the help of the marks drawn on her hand, Lisa kept choosing the right path every time and moving forward. But just then, Adam starts following her again. Here, Lisa does something clever. To confuse Adam, she throws her watch into one tunnel while she enters another one. Adam, following the sound of the watch, goes into the other tunnel. As Adam goes into that tunnel, Lisa checks the symbols on her wrist. And right then, she realizes that the tunnel she sent Adam into was actually the correct one. Seeing this, Lisa gets extremely worried. And now, Lisa had no other option. So, she slowly enters the same tunnel Adam was in. This tunnel was quite strange. It felt as if this tunnel was the belly of some huge beast. So, Lisa slowly keeps moving forward. But going a little further, she sees her watch lying there, but Adam is nowhere to be seen. And since Adam couldn't see now, Lisa quietly picks up the watch. But just then, the alarm signaling 60 seconds remaining starts beeping on the watch. Hearing the sound, Adam detects Lisa's presence. He starts chasing Lisa again. To save herself from him, Lisa starts running back the way she came. At that time, the 60-second countdown had already started on Lisa's watch, and the heating pipes had emerged from the tunnel again. At the same time, the safety chamber in the tunnel had also opened. So, Lisa quickly goes and hides in that chamber, and Adam reaches there too. But by then, it was too late because the glass door of that chamber had already closed. Here, to provoke Adam, Lisa even shows him the middle finger, but unfortunately this time, the fire-blasting heating tubes retract without igniting any fire. As a result, the chamber door opens up, and the next moment, Adam pounces on Lisa to kill her. Lisa starts fighting Adam to save herself, and she starts crushing that monster's head with her foot. Meanwhile, as the wall of that chamber starts pushing Lisa forward from behind, the pressure from Lisa's foot completely crushes the monster Adam's head. And finally, Lisa breaks free from Adam's grasp. So Lisa continues moving forward on her own path. Moving ahead, she sees two paths again. According to the symbol drawn on her wrist, she had to go through the right tunnel, and this was the final tunnel of this maze. But just then, a girl comes out of the left tunnel. Seeing her, Lisa is completely blown away because this girl was none other than her daughter, Nina. Since Nina died, Lisa had basically given up on living. Her only wish was to see Nina just one time somehow. And finally, today, that wish came true. Nina tells her mom, Lisa, "Mom, never leave me alone again." To which Lisa replies, "No, baby, I will always stay with you." Just then, Nina says, "Then come with me. Let's go into the left tunnel." Here, crying, Lisa says, "Nina, I don't want to lose you again. But the truth is you died a long time ago, and now my destination lies inside the other tunnel." Saying this, Lisa starts walking away from there. From behind, Nina keeps calling her name repeatedly. But, with a heavy heart, Lisa comes out of that tunnel. As soon as she steps out, Lisa bursts into loud sobbing. And then, without wasting time, Lisa enters the right tunnel. There, she could see the open sky at the end of the tunnel. She gets very happy and starts moving forward quickly. But suddenly, 3 iron blades appear on her path, moving up and down at high speed. Crossing them meant getting chopped into pieces. But Lisa has to get out of there at any cost. So she observes very carefully that the first blade comes down once every 4 seconds. Lisa gets close to it, and the moment the blade goes up, she quickly crosses to the other side before the 4 seconds are up. Then she reaches the second blade. Similarly, the second blade was coming down every 3 seconds. So, showing courage, Lisa crosses that one too. But the last blade was coming down in just 2 seconds. Crossing that was extremely difficult for Lisa. But still, in the hope of freedom, Lisa crosses that too. But unfortunately, her leg gets caught in the blade and gets cut. Lisa is in terrible shape from the intense pain. But ignoring her leg, Lisa reaches the end of the tunnel. From there, she could see the open sky. But the moment she reaches out her hand through the tunnel to feel it, her hand hits a screen installed in front of her, where a video of the open sky was playing. Seeing this, Lisa becomes utterly devastated. She says, "I did everything I was told to do, so why didn't I get my freedom?" Saying this, she starts laughing like a maniac. And just then, the heating pipes emerge from the tunnel because the 11-minute timer was about to run out soon. So, finally letting go of all her worries, Lisa waits peacefully for death. But this time, instead of burning her, those heating pipes go back inside the tunnel, and suddenly, the top part of the tunnel opens up, and a bright light falls upon Lisa. Lisa's body starts floating in the air on its own and vanishes into that light. So, a while later, when Lisa opens her eyes, she finds herself beside a waterfall. Seeing this, Lisa becomes very happy because her daughter Nina was present there. Just like she wanted to be with Nina, that's exactly what happened. Lisa now asks Nina, "So, am I dead?" In response, Nina says, "Your body didn't die just once, but many times by now." Lisa asks again, "So, what do I have to do here now?" To which Nina says, "Now you just have to live, nothing else." Here we learn that where Lisa is right now isn't actually Earth, but something else. And it was a world as beautiful as heaven. So, with this event, the story basically ends. However, the quick explanation of this movie is that when Lisa was actually riding in the car with Adam, Adam stabbed and killed Lisa right then and there. And after this incident, Lisa went straight to hell because her daughter had died due to her negligence. And all the games she was made to play inside that tunnel, or all the pain she was inflicted with. Everything was like her punishment in hell, so Lisa actually served her sentence inside that tunnel, washed away her sins. And finally, when the punishment for all her sins was complete, she reached heaven. And we all know that in heaven, all the wishes of one's heart are fulfilled. That's why Lisa's heart's desire to be with her daughter has been fulfilled. So with this, the story comes to a complete end. I hope you guys liked it a lot, because honestly to me, the story felt breathtaking. Anyway, definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm signing off for today.